Hello, I'm Michael. This is Abdul. Here we are talking about how to run your SaaS business. That's kind of what we decided the title of this is going to be for now until we decide something else, and then we'll change it. But today we're going to talk a little bit about how Corona is affecting your plans to launch your SaaS business, right? So that's kind of where the stage we're in, what we're working on right now. And I think it's actually a good conversation to have because I think there's doubts that come from everybody throughout the process of launching a SaaS business. Should I keep going forward? Should I not? Things like that. So I think even when a pandemic is going on, it causes you a little bit of a gut check to talk about and to see if this is something you should continue to move forward with. So let's just kind of open up the floor there and kind of say how do you think Corona is affecting our plans or has impacted our plans so far? And we'll just start from there.
Yep. Thank you, Michael. I think definitely, yes, like with all this Corona stuff happening, like companies are like everyone is a little scared, a little skeptical of doing stuff, especially new stuff right now. So definitely for us, we started working on this plan for a new SaaS business, I think from December or January. And come the time that we were about to get into the development phase, set up everything, all this started happening. So definitely, I think even though we are going forward with it, but it did cause at least 5 or 6 long calls between us to discuss how we should do it, any changes that have to come, because definitely there are things that we had to change and kind of plan out for this, because everyone, and not just us, but from a business point of view, but the people we are hiring, the infrastructure that we need to get, everyone is a little concerned right now with how it will go and where things will go. So definitely that the impact is there. It's not like saying that it's not there would be not, I think it's not the truth, but I think it's there and we are feeling it. But the thing is, for us, it's very important for us to just keep moving forward. So I think that's what we decided, let's keep moving forward, things like this. I think the thing is right now, because when it has started, when it started in China, we didn't have that in front of us. Now it's everywhere. It's impacting every country almost. I think I read it somewhere that 80 or 85% of the population in the world is under lockdown right now. So that's a huge number. But I think that's a little opportunity as well, in a sense of understanding how remote work works, how things work. So I think that's we are learning new ways of working together in different places, people from different communities working together, moving things forward.
Yeah. First of all, it is April 3rd, 2020. Forgot to mention that. But I think, that's a good point. We're actually seeing, areas of the world that weren't comfortable working remotely now starting to move towards that because they have to, right? And no idea how much longer this will go on, right? It's, not a fun situation to be in the unknown a lot, but Abdul and I, through some of these longer conversations, sat down and, decided that this is a product we feel is still needed, whether it's coronavirus is around or not, right? The need of what we can provide and what is needed in the market is still there. The speed optimization is still something that's very important. We've actually seen sales continue on our lower platform as we build this SaaS business, still maintain. I mean, they're not, I would say, as high demand. I think demand has dropped off a little bit. And as we've talked to other partners, we've kind of seen the same with that. But overall, I just think it's still there. It's not this huge retraction like we're seeing in other industries, like in our agency and other agency businesses. Smaller businesses are seeing more of that, where this is still kind of just plodding along through this. So, yeah.
And I think for digital, online businesses, I think I was going through a few other SaaS businesses, and some SaaS businesses, especially those that are involved with remote working, like Zoom, the one we are talking on right now, and time tracking tools, project management tools, they have in fact seen a surge in customers. Platforms that I think I was looking at one other platform, HubStaff, they are growing crazy for the last few weeks, because I think that's the thing. I think every time when there's, I think events like this happen, there's a shift that happens as well. And everyone is saying, once we even get out of this, things will be different. Like things might not go back to how they used to be uh, before this, right? So I think these are the changes that will happen. Countries where e-commerce wasn't that prevalent now are getting more, like people have, like now they don't have a choice, right? People are buying groceries online, stuff online, even in countries where e-commerce was still lagging behind. So I think once it has caught up now, I don't think they'll go back to the early thing. So I think for digital e-commerce businesses, online businesses, I think once this all ends, companies that can like survive through all this, once it ends, they'll be in an even stronger position.
Yeah. And I think you were mentioning, we kind of both glanced at this report that was on Barometrics, right? Like if you go to Barometrics, it's actually a really cool tool for businesses. And I think it's built for SaaS businesses actually.
Subscription businesses.
It's just subscription businesses. Yeah. So you can go in there and you can actually see a live demo of some of those accounts. And, I think you said what was it?
Hubstaff.
Hubstaff. Yeah. Hubstaff, huge increase in their rankings. Or sorry, in their revenue, because they have a live demo. They share their data as they go through it. So it's pretty cool to see how that's affecting their business in a positive way. So it's not like every business is being affected negatively, and I think after all of this, once people are able to go back to work, I don't think all the people will go back to work. There'll be now this ability to work from home or some sort of split time or things like that. And it's also been interesting just to see a complete side note, the effects on the whole world itself, right? Like I read an article this morning that said the shaking of the world has slowed down because of all the traffic and everything as it's spinning or
pollution
whatever.
is going down. I think the ozone layer is getting repaired. So things like that are happening as well. Like I think I was talking like the sea is clearing up. So there's a lot of no, I don't want to use the word positive in this kind of a scenario, but in terms of natural stuff where we were kind of like destroying a lot of natural things, they are like, I think they are healing up. So I think in the next couple of weeks, we might, in a way, be in a better kind of a natural environment.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else that would have caused all of us, like you said, 80% of the world, I think, is now no longer is doing something different than they were before. To now be in that spot. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that we're all doing this and taking this seriously, right? So yeah. So how else? I mean, obviously, when this came out, we had to have a heart-to-heart about, hey, is this the right way to move forward? That was something that is impacting. I also think in the agency side of the world, we're seeing some impact in regards to accounts pausing or canceling based on that. And trying to learn what this new normal could look like or be. What other things do you think are impacting, or how, impacting our plans to launch this SaaS business? Obviously, just so everybody knows, we're taking, funds from our agency to help fund the SaaS business. That's how we're funding it, right? So that's why we're talking about how that's impacting our funding, but we still said, we're still moving forward. It's still something that's very important for us. So.
I think one impact that it's really like surprised me as well. But I think now that I think about it, it was there that we were hiring, because for this we are hiring quite an extensive team, right? So there are like the team, when we talk to people, they also like kind of have second thoughts, right? Because right now people are okay with all this corona thing happening. They don't want to make major life decisions. And changing a job or joining a startup is a major life decision. So we are thinking, okay, there are some people who are not like kind of that open right now because they want all of this to like get over with and then think about it. So I think that had an impact for us, because we were talking to many people who we thought we will bring on board, and once all this happened and when we tried talking to them, so plans changed. People said, okay, no, we're not looking to move right now. So I think that was a big impact, and like that was something that we did work around it, because definitely we did work around it. But I think at the moment when it happened, it did put us on the back foot a little bit for maybe at least a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I think that also caused a kind of start date also to go a little forward, because we had to like restart the process to look for some positions.
Yeah, it slowed down our ability to hire people because they're not taking as much risks, which is understandable, right? In a very unstable environment. But that's the thing. I think in the US, we just broke 30% unemployment, or around that number. And we're going to continue to see that grow, I think, as we as we stay in this. So, I think the talent pool is very deep right now. There's a lot of opportunity to hire people, but yeah, it is what it is. So, I think overall, that's how we're kind of seeing how Corona is impacting our plans. We're going to keep this one a little bit shorter than the other ones. And hopefully maybe this will become a trend for some people as they're listening to us yabber on. That's the thing about Abdul and I, when we get in a chat room, we can just talk about a whole lot of nothing for a long time. And that's what ends up happening sometimes. But, we're just trying to help you guys understand and navigate this crazy time as you're trying to run your SaaS business just like we are and starting it up as we're trying to launch it. So once again, I'm Michael. He's Abdul. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.